Hi guys, what's up? This is Shukesh, and well, for the last 4 months this OnePlus 5T has been my daily driver, and I want to share with you my experience with this phone, the actual pros and cons a real user might face. Before OnePlus 5T, I used OnePlus 5 for like a month, and before OnePlus 5, iPhone 7 and Google Pixel were my devices. Now I have upgraded to S9 Plus, so these factors are really important because I'm a flagship user and I have to tell you how I really feel about this OnePlus 5T. Is it really worthy to be called a flagship or a flagship killer? Now firstly, I want to talk about a very serious matter. Consider this as a warning if you are buying OnePlus 5T. The thing is, you get a free case with this device, which is the biggest blunder by the company. I mean, I was really happy when I got this case, but within few weeks or a month, this is gonna destroy your device. Let me show you what damage this case has done to the device. As you can see around this fingerprint scanner, the matte finish is coming off. The same thing happened around the cuttings of the camera and at the bezel at the side of the phone. As you can see here, it's clearly visible in naked eyes. At the bottom as well, the phone looks like it's around 2 or 3 years old, but I'm telling you, within a month or two this is gonna happen to your OnePlus 5T. So don't even consider this case, just throw this away. I am always very careful with my phones, so this has broken my heart. I noticed this after like 2 months of using the case, and since then I am not using any case. If you are a OnePlus 5T user and this thing happened to you as well, comment below, and I hope that OnePlus is already aware of this issue. Samsung is also providing a similar category case with texture at the back, so I'm not gonna use that with my S9 Plus. Secondly, you get a screen protector pre-installed on your OnePlus 5T, which is not a sticker of course. It is also not of premium category. Within few weeks it has attracted lots of scratches and also has become really hazy, does not justify the awesome display of this device. So you should look for a premium scratch guard. Of course, I did not buy one because I upgrade to a new device within 3 or 4 months. So to maintain the device and the display, you need to spend some money on a premium case and a scratch guard, preferably a leather case since the back finish of the device wears off quite easily. Now the phone looks much more premium, and the display, the pixels look much more crisp and clear. So to justify this awesome display, which is one of the biggest assets of this OnePlus 5T, remove the scratch guard which is pre-installed. Now what are the things I really like on this phone? Well, the build quality is really top class and the back matte finish is really awesome. But since OnePlus 5 OnePlus is kind of mimicking the iPhone camera module, I personally don't feel good about this. OnePlus 6 is also going to have the notch of iPhone X. I personally consider OnePlus devices as premium as Samsung, LG. I would really hate if people call my device a fake iPhone X. What do you think about this, guys? Please comment below and let me know. Now the best thing on this OnePlus flagship is the battery and the dash charger you get with this device, which works like magic. I get surprised sometimes how fast it can charge. I got this adaptive fast charger with S9 Plus, which is not even close to the dash charger. I really miss the fast charging of this OnePlus 5T, and in addition to that, the battery backup of this phone is amazing for the display size and the specifications of the phone. I get around 2 days on normal to heavy usage. I shifted to S9 Plus a week ago and I'm not even getting a full day's backup from the Samsung flagship. So as far as power management is concerned, OnePlus 5T is a fine-tuned device. There is no overheating of this phone even when I am using it for like hours, and I haven't also noticed any kind of abrupt battery drain. Next, the loudspeaker on this flagship of OnePlus is also one of the best. It's quite loud, clear, and the voice clarity is awesome. You can enjoy movies or YouTube videos without any help of earphones or loudspeaker when you are indoor. The 3-point alert slider of OnePlus is also another gem. Slide once for do not disturb and slide again for the silent mode. It was on iPhone 7. Now I am really missing this on my S9 Plus. I got really used to this thing. I think all the smartphones should have this feature. Next, let's talk about the camera. Well, it's another field. OnePlus XL, especially the front camera, is awesome. I'm not saying it's as good as Google Pixel or S9 Plus as far as picture quality is concerned, but what I like most is the color tone. The pictures are really saturated and the skin tone is quite natural with texture, unlike Samsung, which overprocess the images. Now in 1080p at 60 fps video recording, the viewfinder is actually quite wide, but if you move to 4K or 1080p 30 fps, the video angle is actually quite narrow, which is a big issue sometimes. And also the front camera angle, both in photos and videos, is quite narrow compared to most of the devices, which is a big issue for group selfies. Now I don't use the portrait mode that much because the depth of field is very shallow, which makes your ears and hair very blurry and artificially processed, nothing like a DSLR camera. But if you try a couple of times, you might find the perfect angle. Also, there is no 16:9 photo mode on this OnePlus 5T. But again, the picture quality both from the front and the rear cameras are excellent for the price of this device, and in good lighting condition, the images come as good as any flagship camera. The focusing speed, the color tone, and the sharpness of the images can be easily compared to S9 Plus or Google Pixel. The images you are seeing right now are captured in normal auto mode without any color processing. In low light also, the image quality is not bad. The noise is minimum, though if you zoom you will see the noise, and the images you are seeing right now are captured in really low light and you can see the result yourself. It's totally acceptable. So overall I am satisfied with the camera of OnePlus 5T. Though I miss the quality of Pixel, OnePlus 5T is actually surprisingly quite good considering the category of this phone. In fact, in low light, the selfies captured by OnePlus 5T are somewhat better than S9 Plus considering the skin tone, because there is no overprocessing, but of course it's your personal preference. Now there is a serious issue with the camera application. It hangs a lot. Sometimes it doesn't simply respond. When you really need the camera, you might notice the shutter button is not working, or it responds after like 10 or 20 seconds, and it happens mostly when the phone is in sleep for a long time. It also does not respond to on-screen gestures, as you can see, and since the latest update, the screen of gestures doesn't work most of the time unless you try twice or thrice at least. I'm so addicted with these gestures, but since the latest update, this feature is not as accurate as before. Once again, it happens mostly when the phone is not being used for few hours. I think the device hibernates to save power. The fingerprint scanner also does not work when the phone is in sleep for long. Of course, these are really minor issues. I really don't mind. These are not serious. And regarding the face unlock, well, it works in good lighting, but in dark it might not work properly. I will say the success rate is around 70%. It's not as good as iPhone or Samsung. On the user interface, I have come across bugs now and then, nothing serious. The interface is one of the fastest in the world. I think I have done lots of speed tests and this OnePlus flagship beats almost all the devices. Now I want to demonstrate a minor software bug which has been present since its launch. When you have lots of notifications, if you clear them, you will see that one of your notifications reappear for few seconds. I always make the mistake of checking my notifications once again. With an update, this issue was fixed for few days I think, but it has reappeared. Now, despite having these minor issues, OnePlus 5T is one of the best devices I have ever used. It feels really very solid. It is a very good looking device, feels very premium, and considering the price tag, you are getting the performance as good as any flagship. And the display is, though 1080p, I really don't mind. It's crisp, smooth and colorful. They can stick to this same resolution for their upcoming devices. For some reason OnePlus disabled this option, that is you cannot tap and hold on the caret sign and search for your applications. You have a separate icon for that. I have the 6GB RAM variant of OnePlus 5T and it's more than enough. It makes the device really very fast. The RAM management is the best in the world. I have done a RAM management test versus S9, which is stuck at 4GB, and S9 suffers from serious RAM issues. This OnePlus flagship can easily handle 10 or 12 applications without any issues. So what I like most about this phone is of course the fast UI, the battery and the camera, the 3-point alert slider and the build quality of this phone. Since the price of this device is half of your so-called flagships, I think it's a value for money device. Considering the price tag, it's the best phone. I was overall really happy with this OnePlus 5T and I do recommend this to you guys. That's all for now guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope that this video was interesting and helpful. This is Shukesh signing off. Have a nice day.